Alright, we are here with the Gold Division Losers Bracket Round 2 match between Adrians Familj and Izu. And once again, joining me... Oh crap, we didn't even sync, did we? Shit.
Oh no, we didn't sync. Yeah, that's a
Anyway,
problem.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
One, two,
Alright, sounds good.
three.
So,
All right.
we're already off to a really great start. And hopefully it'll get even better from here. I also didn't turn DND on, which is great, but...
And remember skip pause?
Yeah, that's actually a good point too. So all sorts of stuff that should have happened before we went live, but again, this is because I'm so goddamn professional. Anyway,
Definitely.
yeah, Adrians Familj versus Izu, two really good teams here, both knocked down to the losers bracket though, and we'll see how they are able to do. Obviously, this is representing a knockout stage for one of these two teams. They will be done in Gold Cycle 2 after this series. And obviously, therefore, backs against the wall, have to bring it all and leave it all on the table. But I am joined once again by Shorcan, who you may have heard in the background a couple of times talking when he wasn't supposed to. Damn it!
Oh my God.
I didn't tell you could talk. Now you can talk.
Oh no. Oh, now I can talk.
Now you
Okay.
can talk.
Well, I'm excited for this series because I've never seen FJ's team play or played against them because we're in the same, psych or gold league as them. So this should be fun. I mean, it is FJ,
Yeah.
so you never know what to expect. He is a really great soul stealer, everybody always says, or he says. But it'll be fun to see, I think.
You guys didn't play Izu? Interesting. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
never.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, Gold Division's much bigger than Diamond, so I guess
That's true.
it makes more sense that you'd be able to skirt through
Okay.
without.
Okay, yeah, gold division. I'm only gold division. I'm sorry, Quincy.
Yeah,
I know you wanted more from me.
I did. I'm honestly so disappointed in you. You've brought dishonor
Wow.
upon your family, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to work on it. It's... But anyways, so Cthulhu isn't even first picked by FJ. He's like, I don't want a Cthulhu, I want a Rhapsody instead. I'm kind of confused, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't really ever have an issue with first picking rap, but yeah, I can see when Cthulhu's on the lower, you're like, maybe we should instead go for that hero, because obviously it is so goddamn powerful.
Yeah, I don't. The elephant. The monstrous elephant. No one wants to face that elephant because it's just absolutely insane what a good Cthulhu player can do with it.
Uh-huh. And we saw him actually yesterday with a jungle Cthulhu. So I'm expecting to see a
Yes.
suicide again, because I really don't think that jungle elephant worked very well, and I really hope they don't do it again. So, are you thinking suicide
And these
too,
are
I assume?
different teams. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking suicide. Like, I think LG's family. LG, he's quite experienced in competitive regardless, and as captain, I think he'll make sure to put it as suicide. I mean, it's strange to not put such a strong suicide hero in the woods when you can most definitely beat most people or most melees 1v1, or at least keep them out of, like, get rid of a lot of their XP. But yeah, we will see what happens.
Empath. That's really, really strange to me.
That's a tri lane.
Yeah, like, why would you choose... It's so transparent, though.
Yeah,
I mean-
I mean, at the same time, though, LG's family, they did pick up Silhouette.
Yeah.
And Silhouette's not that great against tri-lanes. And for all we know, it might just be a dual mid Magnus Rhapsody with a harder carry than Silhouette bottom. I don't agree with the transparency, as you said, but there's still many directions that they can go with this because Magnus is just such a versatile hero.
It does really feel like they cut off some options, though. Because, going to supports this early on basically means we're not going to run a jungler. We are going to run a dual support lane, at least two, and maybe a tri-lane. And, you can see right off the bat there, FJ banning Tempest. So they're trying to take away the jungle option from the Melbourne side as well. But they do have the Elephant, so if they really, really want to jungle, they can jungle that hero still. And, of course, Legionnaire still on the board. I really
Yeah,
hate that.
They're making it so clear what they want to do, but
Right.
at this point, I don't think they should be banning junglers, except for maybe Ophelia, but he was already banned. Reason being is that when you're a tri-lane versus a jungler, you just go into his woods, take all his camps, block them all, and
Mhm.
it's pretty much GG for that jungler. He can't help the lane, and you probably get that tier 1 tower in no time whatsoever. So banning junglers does not make sense to me. I would feel that they should ban Bubbles, which is now banned, and Hag, so that they prevent the really strong solo hero even against the tri lane. Do you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
especially like a Tempest ban. Out of all the heroes that are going to transition, Tempest is probably not one of them. Ophelia, you could see, oh, my camps are blocked, I'm going to rotate to the opposing team's jungle. Parasite can absolutely do that. Tempest doesn't really rotate very well. It's pretty easy to catch him out if he is in the Hellborn or the opposing team's woods. So, as far as junglers go, that might be okay with getting their camps blocked. Tempest's really not high up on that list. So, yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from for that. So, Draco Master going to be and Gauntlet going to be the other two bans for FJ on top of that Tempest, while Doctor Repulsor and Bubbles getting banned out for LG on top of Rally. So, LG here banning out the strong solo heroes, which again you'd think that this is if it's not going to be a tri lane, it's very possible it's going to be a tri lane, and they're getting rid of a lot of options that I feel like would be great for their team.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have actually liked to see Gauntlet on FJ's side because he's just such a nice, strong hero, especially with Magnus. But Swiftblade, I did not realize he didn't get through the banning,
Me
but
either.
I like that pick as well.
So
Because
this is
Swiftblade tri-lane is arguably stronger than Magnus tri-lane because
yeah,
after one stun, Magnus is done.
and of course Swiftblade this ban, of course, and Empath Swiftblade, very strong combination, of course, with the
Exactly.
wall. Moon Queen. This is greed upon greed, is what this is.
This is not okay, in my opinion. I feel that this is gonna like bite them in the ass if they don't go for the tri-lane. But as I said, they could just go for a harder carry at bottom, which
Yeah,
it looks like they're gonna do actually.
I think they could have done that before they picked up the Swiftblade. With the Swiftblade, they have to suicide this now, don't they? Like, what are they going to do other than that and put Empath
Yeah,
and Q bot
it's.
with Magnus Rhapsody middle?
But what do their players usually play? Does FJ
I
usually
don't
play carry?
I don't remember, to be honest. I think we
Yeah,
casted this team once before, and it was maybe a week ago, so I've got nothing. But it's just, can they run the Swiftblade tri anymore? I guess you could solo short the Moon Queen, take your chances, but it's very possible
I
you're going to be putting that up against a Wretched Hag. And,
or Cthulhu.
or I could, yeah, that makes sense too, of course. So,
I think what LG's family wants to do right now is either have a dual lane bottom with Cthulhu, because I doubt that they're gonna have. They're
nope.
not gonna put a tri lane bottom. Oh, Devourer! Wow.
It's going to be a jungle elephant again. So, like we said before, that didn't really work too well last time, and we'll see how it does this time. But that lends me to believe it's going to be a suicide hag, torturer silhouette in the top lane, an elephant in the woods. And, I mean, the Legion side can still tri lane, so they're going to have to take some risks here because they're going to probably be, or they could very well be up against an aggro tri lane. And silhouette and torture, as you said before, are not going to do very well in that situation.
I would just love to see the roaming Devourer with a Hag solo top
Yeah.
and a Torturer silhouette mid. That would just be the most amazing thing ever. Just put Devourer with boots, getting the decay, and then chasing people down level 1. I mean, it's difficult versus a Swift Blade, but regardless, it could work.
We've seen roaming
I
strats
doubt it, though.
occasionally. I
Yeah.
don't like them very much. Like I feel like they're never effective.
I think there's only like a few heroes that you can actually effectively do it with. Like if you're having a really bad time as Suicide Valkyrie, for example,
Right.
then you could like go throw arrows at mid.
Yeah.
Hope that they hit.
Is
And
your
are you
load-
stuck in the
Yeah.
loading?
God damn it. Is
Yeah.
this the thing again? Okay. I know what happened exactly. So we're gonna have to go back to the splash screen here because this is gonna take a bit of time for us to fix. So sorry guys, but that's what's gonna have to happen. Alright, and we're back. So sorry about that guys, but new patch came in and it messed up all of our compat files, so had to delete them, recompat, and now we can load back into the game and actually watch this match. So it's good, that's what we're here for. And anyway, trying to reorient myself because that was a bit of a disorienting thing. But you got anything? While I figure out what I'm talking about.
Basically, I'm just looking at the Hellborn lanes right now. I see Silhouette at bottom, which surprises me, but that means that Cthulhu is going aggressive woods. They foresaw the tri-lane, and that's where the hack comes in. I really love what LG is doing right now with his team. I think it's very effective.
Yeah. And I feel like they're going to have to rotate, though, because I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this Hellborn tri-lane rotate to bottom lane and then try to just shut down the Swiftblade, or the Silhouette. Or they could even just rotate one support and go 2-1-2. No problem.
Nice ward coming out, though, from Mega Beaver.
Yeah.
Spotting out the Swiftblade for the first blood attempt mid. I guess FJ really wants some kills, man. He feels that he wants kills with the spin.
Can't really blame him. If
Yeah,
they can get
it's-
Bloodlust in this middle lane onto Mini Beaver on this Devourer, then that's basically going to win it for Magnus.
It's funny how Mini Beaver and Mega Beaver are laning together.
Oh, hook!
the
Oh,
hook!
they knew it. They saw it coming.
That ward is just...
Oops.
Oh, man, that ward. That is... I swear, that's going to set the tone for the whole
Yep.
game. That failed gank attempt.
Yep.
Oh, God.
And now they're going
What
to
was-
transition this. Yeah. They just had no idea.
So now it looks like a dual mid, and Swiftblade is going to go suicide, but Hag at this point is already going to have a slight advantage, I
Yeah.
think.
And she's already got a creep advantage. Obviously, FJ has 0 creeps, and Sidecarriage has got 1-0 right now. So, obviously,
I mean, it's not that big a
Yeah.
deal, to be honest. But
I mean,
it's
it'll
something.
it'll basically make up for the fact that he's a ranged hero and Swiftblade's a melee hero, so the extra denying experience you get as melee heroes obviously gonna come into play there. But yeah, bottom lane, it's gonna be Torture and Silhouette here in an aggressive dual lane against Moon Queen and Swift and Swiftblade
Empath.
Empath. Moon Queen Swiftblade lane would be pretty funny. I don't think it'd work very well.
would
but
not work.
Yeah.
I
get the
would
farm.
like to... Yeah.
It'd be like TMM.
No, I get the farm.
It'd
Yeah.
basically be TMM. I don't want to play support, you play support. But, yeah. So we're going to see the Elephant here in this aggressive woods, and Torture actually putting the impalement down, putting a fair bit of damage out. We'll see if he can not do anything, yeah, just chasing him off. So, Silhouette now, going to get some lane control and some farm. Missing a deny there, but not the biggest deal as they were both out of range. And middle lane going to be the Magnus and Rhapsody dual lane up against the Devourer, so... Even with the Bloodlust there, now Mega Beaver did get it on the Torture, so I'm not sure how much this is actually going to benefit Devourer. Yeah.
Yeah, he's having difficulties for sure, especially because it's a Magnus who has the Volcanic Touch.
Right.
Whenever he comes close, he's just going to activate it and do a lot of damage.
And obviously
But
the dual lane as
Torture,
well.
with the boots already, because of that first blood, he's roaming to mid right
And
now.
he's got a DD, so this could definitely be a kill, especially if Dev can land the hook. I don't know if they saw anybody or not, but Magnus is certainly acting like they did. There goes it. Oh, there's Chain Reaction's going to be in, and Elephant going to come here. He's a little bit late, though, and Torture going to take the death because he was under the tower. Hook onto Magnus was beautiful, and the rot damage there will finish him off. So, yes, oops indeed, Mega Beaver.
I was gonna say, like, this seems way too greedy. Are they
Right.
really going to dive a tower at this level, at this point in the game? I mean, it worked out for them though, seeing as they killed the Magnus, but
It required
it's
a really
still,
good hook.
yeah, exactly. It was a really nice hook, definitely.
And if they were going to get that hook, then they probably could have done that without Torture dying. Anyway, Rhapsody here going to take a fair bit of damage from Rot, but now Devour's like, yeah, that might have been a mistake. Sakato's still on there, and that's going to be an easy counter kill. So Dev trying to man up against Rhapsody, and that doesn't work early on, especially with that dance floor. Now level 4 on the Rap compared to just level 4 on the Devourer as well. So despite that first blood again, mid lane is no doubt going to go in favor of the Legion side.
I kind of feel bad for the Devourer. He had his bottle incoming and everything, and he should have just been patient. It's just so unfortunate to see stuff like that.
Yeah. And still no upgraded Courier as well. As obviously we have the Soul Sport. Anyway, bottom lane, they do catch Empath there. Completely missed that. That's what I do.
Well, I'm watching top lane at the moment, and Hag is having a brilliant time out farming even the Silhouette right now.
Yeah. 17 and 9 CS, of course. Again, with the missing stuff. Mid lane, he kills Magnus. Did you catch any of that?
I did not catch any of that. I think it must have been a really nice hook.
It must have been. But he was in the river, so it's not like he was under the tower or anything like that. I'm kind of surprised he had the damage output to kill him before Lava Surge came out. And Magnus, I guess, tried to Steam Bath, it looks like. And
Yeah.
perhaps Dev just sitting in the rot and going, alright, that's fine. But looks like once again MQ going to be in a lot of trouble as the trample goes through. Wall not going to be nearly enough. Silhouette, actually no, it's Leaf 6 on the Elephant that picks up that kill. So 5-2 hero kill advantage here for the Hellborn side. And things going very well for them already. We look at Swiftblade up top at 170 gold per minute. Moon Queen at 111 GPM now in a second when she drops down. So both of these really, really hard carries. Not doing super well so far.
Yeah, I mean, the draft, to a certain extent, had they got the tri-lane off against the Silhouette, then the Swiftblade would definitely make sense because it's a very strong hero in that tri-lane. But, okay, actually bottom lane.
Yeah, they sort of want to poke in. It looks like mid as well. Swiftblade going to pop a health pot, and they might want something on this Devourer.
But that ward is still there.
Yeah.
It's been 5 minutes, Swiftblade. Wards last for 6, please. The hook missing by long shot.
And they had a counter ward here too, and they didn't get it. So they had to know. I don't know, they just think it was a blind hook or something, and now, yeah, Dev's going to walk right up to the lane, then he gets stunned, and there's a spin. So, whatever issues they had before, no, Devour actually going to turn this around with an ultimate, and gets the health back. Is he going to live? No, he's not. As only for you, actually, it's the last hit. Bottom lane, I did miss another kill onto Empath. Silhouette here, gonna try to man up on this Rhapsody, and this may not go so well. Actually, Elephant misses the charge. Over here, I do totally miss the kill onto Moon Queen. I'm not having a great lane, a great game.
Okay, what happened there was Moon Queen was almost about to kill Silhouette, so Silhouette decided to swap.
Yeah.
Because he felt he was going to get nuked, the health potion cancelled, but there was Rhapsody, and Rhapsody actually getting caught right now.
I did catch that.
Nice.
I finally got something. Hook onto Magnus once again, and the Lava Surge away, but Elephant has a haste rune, so that's going to be a nice stun. And Dev should be able to get the rot in. Just going to start dropping that damage, but he's going to take a lot from this tower, and actually Magma's going to be able to get into the trees. The hook right back onto Mag, though, as Mini Beaver is just hitting these hooks left and right. Takes all sorts of tower damage. Really, tower? And is this tower going to kill him? Yep. Nope.
I hope not.
Oh, God.
The bottle.
So close.
Okay.
Those creeps.
Yeah. But the hooks have really been on the dot.
Yeah.
It's impressive to see people who have that kind of expertise with a difficult hero like Devourer, because the only reason you'd ever pick him up, ever, is if the person you have playing him can actually hit hooks.
Right.
And
Dev's gonna die
in trouble.
Yep. So Rhapsody just like, I've got Staccato, I've got Striders, I'm a little bit faster than you, and you hung around a little bit too long with a little too little health. So managed to pick up the kill there, and 4-9 now in favor of the Hellborn side. The GPM charts here, and they are generally well up there for the guys on Adrians Familj, and really even the supports. Torture at 214 GPM, same as that Dev in the middle.
Yeah, but that seems to be the thing that Devo has been doing all game. Sticking around a little bit too long. Same thing when that bottle came to mid, actually.
Yeah, and they actually are getting a bunch of stuns, but everybody's there for the Legion side, and that's going to be a Moon ultimate. There goes a Lava Surge as well onto Silhouette. Lots of stuns, not quite going to save MQ.
Oh no, Moon Queen.
Yeah, that was really, really close.
Oh no, why did you stay? Oh, you probably thought, oh, I need to help my team. No. At that point, when you have 3 people hitting the Silhouette, I don't know.
I think she thought she was dead, and she didn't realize how much stun rotation they actually had. Because if she had just left after Magnus had got the Lava Surge in, then she would have been totally fine. But she was low that whole time. Anyway, meanwhile, going to be another initiation on a Devourer. It's been coming in, but there we go. Finally, Staccatos are there as well, and Torturer's here, so that might be a bad move. Elephant coming in from the side. Another TP coming in as Hag as well, trying to do something. They will get the stun onto Rhapsody. Going to be one kill right there. Magnus in the background actually is DD, but gets stunned out by the chain reaction from Torture. One auto attack will finish him off. He can find it. Yes, he can. Gotta look to get away now. Has the Steam Bath available, but has to be very careful about this. Actually, Cthulhu can stun him there. Steam Bath not going to save him, as Magnus's dive is a little too big. The spin onto Wretched Hag, and Wretched Hag doesn't have Blink for a couple more seconds. She's going to die. We'll see if Swift Flashes are there from Swifty. Nope. Charge away from Elephant. So the dive is real. Hook back onto Swiftblade. Actually, he's under a tier 3 tower there, so much damage from that tower. And yeah, too much diving there from the Legion side.
Definitely. They should have just left it with the Magnus. I mean, it was nice being able to kill the Hag.
Right.
But then why did they run? Why did Swiftblade run in that direction? Or did he not see Devourer at all?
I don't know, but I don't know why you wouldn't just run back into the woods. Like, clearly they didn't have anything else that was going to interrupt you there.
But as we've said so far in this game, Mini Beaver really showing that he's got mastery of those hooks.
And it is definitely a difficult skill to land, as I can tell you from personal experience.
And probably a lot of the viewers can as well.
Yes.
But what do you think about Hag? Do you like that she's getting more in Hunt than in Blink?
Yeah, I mean, up against the Swiftblade in the solo, totally. Force him to use the spin.
Yeah.
I mean, 1v1, he's fine. Anyway, Torture there, gonna die as he gets caught out. Not a huge surprise there. Dev trying to get him to safety with the hook, but not quite enough. He is relatively squishy here. And 3, 4, and 6 on Mega Beaver. He was doing really well before. 3, 1, and 3 has since died 3 straight times.
Like, there's a lot of deaths on, the 2 lowest GPM players on the Hellborn side. And that's probably why they're such low GPM, because, I mean, well, Torture's a support, but Devourer as a mid hero, you'd expect a little bit more than that, to be honest. Hag at bottom lane getting staccatoed.
But Hag doesn't care. Stunned, because, he's got Blink. 2 supports there, not going to be enough. Anyway, top, again, Torturer falling. As just, this game is kind of crazy. Stuff happening all over the place. Swiftblade gonna spin right on top of Silhouette, and she's gonna have to be really careful about this. Has the Ghost Marchers, tries to get the stun, but that was the wrong decision, and now Ghost Marcher's Swiftblade is gonna get the kill. I don't know what LG's plan was there.
The problem was he used Ghost Marchers, and then he used his ulti, so his Ghost Marchers, they got taken away. It's really unfortunate, because he could have easily turned that, I think. Silhouette just does so much damage with, especially like that Death Lotus. Jesus.
And not quite hitting the stun timing either, as the tree grapple came through when Swifty was still spinning, so not getting the stun out. Obviously a big deal. Bottom lane Hag is invis, and we've got a port coming in from Cthulhu as well, so Moon Queen could be in some trouble here. Empath is level 5, so no as-1 quite yet, but obviously has that wall, very important. Mid lane, meanwhile, Devour getting caught out, and he will fall. But over here, Essence Link goes down, Cthulhu missing the trample, and we got a port coming in as well, so they could try to turn this pretty easily. Moonbeam goes down there, Moon Queen probably looking for the ultimate, but here's a creep wave. Magma's coming in, Obliterate goes down, but a nice 2-man Lava Surge stops the blink. Not going to be enough, but Moon Queen's ulti getting eaten by the creeps there. Is he going to be able to kill the elephant? Yes, he will. Staccato's there, as well as the wall, and Hag also going to fall, so...
Massacre!
Lots of cleanup there for the guys on FJ's side, and... Man, they were down pretty significantly, obviously, at Bloodlust, and then the very strange lanes, but now up to 16, 13 in hero kills. We're up about 2k gold and 4k experience here, so they've really turned this game around.
Yeah, I feel that the Hag is just wasting a lot of time. She had a brilliant time against the Swiftblade top, so why would she stop that? Now she's down to 250 GPM when she was originally at 320. I'd say, pretty safe to say.
Yeah, something like that.
And by this time, 12 minute 40, if you keep that up, you would have a light brand right now. And with a light brand, you can start farming woods, because it's very difficult to farm woods with Silhouette with only a life tube.
I think, honestly, it happened because they wanted to rotate ALG to the top lane, and Hag was sort of just forced to go suicide, essentially, as they didn't want to let Silhouette be in this bot lane without appropriate support. And since there was so much diving and stuff, Torturer was rotating, Elephant was rotating, they couldn't really protect Silhouette. So I think it was more a consequence of the decision to put Sil in the top lane than, oh, Hag should go bottom. But,
yeah.
No,
but Hag is farming now.
Yeah.
Pretty nicely. I guess no opposition.
And she has lane control, of course.
Yeah.
Very critical. But again, yeah, no wards here, so if they could get a jump, get somebody in, actually. Here's a Ward of Rev, not quite going to be in range of that Ward of Sight. But if they were to put another lane ward down, would spot it.
I think FJ is doing a really good job on the Swiftblade. He's using the right aggression. Yeah. Okay, actually, at top right now, he might actually...
He's trying to go up on that Silhouette, but not quite enough, and of course the TV response. So, still though, that's you're right. That's exactly what should happen. Is he's being aggressive on that Silhouette. He's not letting her farm comfortably, and he's forcing TP rotation from a hero like Torturer, who at this point is the only warder in the game, has 161 GPM. So he can't afford to be just dumping money into teleports a whole lot. and that could come back to haunt him later.
And I actually saw the Firebrand being finished on Swiftblade as well, so he's doing a really good job farming.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to find Cthulhu right now.
I mean, he's the highest GPM in the game.
He casted the ulti on
Did
the
he?
Cthulhu fun, but Fog cancelled it.
Yeah. It didn't go on cooldown, so he's actually okay. Anyway, meanwhile, middle lane, gonna hook in onto Magnus. That was the wrong decision. As there go the Swift Slashes, and pretty easy cleanup kill. Obviously, DD Rune on Mag as well, and had the support from Rhapsody, so probably wasn't going to be a kill in the first place. Not really sure what Mini Beaver was thinking there, because even if he lands the hook, it's not like it's going to end very well. Lava Surge stung in. And
But did he have vision? Oh, nice dust. I like that.
Destroyed a Hellborn tower.
So secure the tower kill, and that's going to be a PK for Magnus. He said, I want the last hit so I can get my PK, and FJ gave it to him. I really like that. Good communication coming out there.
And it's 15 minutes in. Relatively early PK there for Magnus. He's got 350 gold per minute, so definitely having a nice time here. And wouldn't be surprised to see him roam around, try to get some initiations off. He's level 11, so he can certainly take a team fight here with that level 2 eruption. And it looks like the Hellborn side are going to give that to them, with 3 grouped up in the bottom lane. And if they see this coming, and they rotate the Magnus, that could be a pretty big fight for them.
They have a really good lane ward right now, which is actually spotting out the Hag, and that Rev ward, unfortunately, not spotting out the that lane ward, as I said. But if Magnus just waits for Swiftblade to bait bottom, it could be huge. But you know, Silhouette doing the Silhouette thing at top with the illusion and such.
Going up against Rhapsody, but being like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm going to go back into the woods, continue to farm. 320 gold per minute here on ALG on that Silhouette. And really seems to be focused on the woods. The Hellborn haven't been particularly aggressive recently, except, oh, Mini Beaver wants a hook, but like I said, the rotation from Magnus, and they know that there's at least 2 down here. Actually, no, there's 3 because Torturers get spotted by that ward as well, so they're knowing that Adrians Familj is looking for something, and they're going to be ready to defend it. They're nice Ward of Rev from Empath. Going to counter that Word of Sight from Mega Beaver that was just put down. And you look at the vision situation for the Hellborn side, there's one in the bottom rune here, and there's one up top, a lane ward to protect that top lane, but that's it. And Mega Beaver here, poor, only got red boots and another ward and a TP. So
I find it interesting though that Rhapsody was the chosen person to farm top. I guess he's just gonna counter push top a bit if they're so busy trying to keep Swiftblade down in bot. And like it's there's the dust. He really likes using that dust for secure towers. Trample misses, but he has a PK now, so that could be a good initiation, especially with the Hag ulti right after.
And you see Magnus off to the side here, looking for an eruption chance. So Elephant, sort of poking in, sort of not.
I think it's too obviously a bait, really.
Yeah, and you can see Torturer coming through the woods here as well, looking for something. Not really sure what.
He's trying to place a ward. I think. Get close to the line, then place a ward from below.
Definitely makes sense.
I mean, okay, he's decided. Actually, Magnus is porting away.
Yeah, so
Magnus is like, I want to kill.
They do miss the initiation there on Swiftblade, so he will be just fine. But 283 gold per minute too on Moon Queen, and she's been farming stacks in this jungle, so a really good job by the supports there to keep the stacks up and let her use the multi-strike to get her farm up, as Swiftblade mostly farms these lanes. And they're splitting farm very effectively on this Legion side between 2 heroes that like a lot of it.
Exactly, like, I also, of course, like the fact that Moon Queen actually has multi-strike. Remember that game we casted where, yeah, that was unfortunate. Those teams didn't want to win, I think.
Well, but, a lot of teams haven't want to win, and we've seen some weird stuff.
Exactly. But I like that she's really abusing the hero's ability to farm, because that's what the hero is all about. I mean, the ulti is really nice for damage and everything, but it comes down to the fact that Moon Queen can take stacks in the woods far earlier than anyone else.
And actually, Silhouette Illusion there. Used a bunch of stuff on it. So I don't know if that's the first time Magnus has shown the portal key, but if it was, a bit unfortunate obviously that they lose the surprise factor there just for an illusion Silhouette, but that's what Silhouette does.
Actually, 2,600 gold saved up on Swiftblade. I wonder what he's going to get with that. I think it's very possible that he could just go for an Abyssal. That's the item I would definitely suggest for the early team fight.
Yeah.
And actually, Hag.
But something you were bringing up earlier before was the top lane. They were giving Rhapsody that farm, which is fine. Like, Rhapsody does fine with farm, but Abyssal Skull, exactly. You'd think Empath would be the one that would be going for that, because it doesn't take up a slot for Swiftblade. And if they give Empath the farm, then she can get that, obviously, and just hop inside the Swiftblade and everything's great. So, certainly could be the Abyssal on Swifty, but wouldn't be surprised if Empath got that either.
But Empath is having very much fun stacking everything right now. And, like, I like what they're doing, because Empath doesn't need gold, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, like, I know it's nice to have the Abyssal and Empath, but that's usually only if your team has taken a lot of towers. And Magnus and Devo, everyone fighting. Okay, nothing happened. But, Empath doesn't need gold, he just sits inside a hero. Essentially, he only needs levels to be effective.
Right.
And Rhapsody, on the other hand, if you can get a nice Rhapsody ulti off, I think that's nicer than an Abyssal and Empath, when you can definitely get it on Swiftblade and say that's a pretty good item on Swiftblade. If you know what I'm saying.
And of course Swiftblade doesn't really have to go the super hard carry route here, so he can afford to use an item slot on a 2k item that gives a lot of bonuses to himself and his team. Especially with that Moon Queen backing him up. He doesn't have to be like, look, I'm the one, I've got to get, you know, a million different 5k items in order to carry this game. He's got a Moon Queen behind him, so he should be fine.
I would really like to just see the Abyssal and then, let's say, a Dawnbringer, just so he can be that guy to spin in team fights, not take any damage, and just chase people down, you know? Especially with the Magnus Eruption on top of that. Silhouette won't be able to man up on it because the hero Swiftblade just does so much damage in that spin.
Right.
But Moon Queen now getting closer to that Firebrand, I presume?
Gotta be.
Yeah, I think Geo's is a nice item this game. I also really like Shrunken because there's a lot of burst damage coming out from Hag and Cthulhu Font. But the Firebrand is just so nice for farming.
The only concern I have about Shrunken in this game is if Dev ends up with that portal key and PK into ult onto the Moon Queen, obviously they'll go right through Shrunken and completely lock her down for a lot of the Shrunken duration. So it's going to require some coordination on the Hellborn side as well as the portal key on Dev or a really great hook. But yeah. Well, actually, honestly, it's going to stop the Hag. And the stun from Torturer, I don't think it stops Elephant stun, does it?
It does.
No,
Trample is completely magic.
Shows what I know. Speaking of which, up top here, Swiftblade gonna get caught out there into the Rev Ward, but drops the Swift Slashes, tries to do something here. Ultimate from Devour, and that's gonna be a TP support as well. Swiftblade's really damn tanky here. Has the Assassin Shroud. Rev Wards are going off all over the place. He's still invisible. Is Silhouette gonna be able to catch him? Ooh. Yeah, actually there's Sonar Scream from Hag, finished him off. So FJ taking the fall, and it's the Assassin Shroud.
I don't like it. A Shroud in this game just feels like one of those pub stomp games, and to be honest, I think it throws away the advantage that they had. Team fights is what they should be going for right now, especially with that PK on Magnus, and with LG only still, well, he's gonna get the PK now, but Hag is also getting a Shrunken first, so you really want to fight before they get all their core items up.
Yeah. And we do see 2 and 2.8k saved up on Sil, so there you go, portal key onto her. And that's obviously going to help their initiation quite a lot as it follows up that portal key from Cthulhu. Double stacked Ancients also being stolen here by the Legion side as Moon Queen cleans up that farm. 370 GPM on her. And they're getting dangerous here. So we've got the Silhouette on one side at 400 plus GPM. And on the other side we have the 370, 380 of Moon Queen and Swiftblade. So do you favor the Sil with more farm or the 2 carries on the Legion side with relatively split and a little bit less farm?
I'm gonna go with the Hellborn side for this one because Hag is, I guess, the second carry.
Yeah.
If you were to say so for the Hellborn side, and both Hag and Silhouette are very capable of getting out of the Moon Queen ulti, and that's a large chunk of the Legion's damage. So, a lot of people might hate me for saying this, but I think that Moon Queen has fallen out of style, to be honest, because the heroes that are carrying right now, like Clanks and Silhouette and Hag and Bubbles, or all those types of heroes can just get away from the ulti.
Right.
Unless they're properly locked down, of course, but it's very difficult to lock down a Silhouette with an Nullstone.
Or Swiftblade with a spin or something like that can
Yeah, exactly.
maybe not
Or
get away,
Madman.
but yeah. Sure. But I agree. I mean, we don't see Moon Queen nearly as often as we used to. It was one of those in the HoN Tour playoffs. It was basically every single game it was picked or banned, and I feel like it's underrated. Honestly, I don't feel like that hero is played enough. It's so powerful, and if you get the appropriate team around it, it can just crush games. Especially the base taking ability of that hero. It's pretty much unparalleled. I mean, you can just get in and you start taking a tier 3 tower, and basically their entire base is dead all of a sudden. So.
And I want to add to that, actually. Moon Queen is also really, really strong in tri-lanes because of the long-range Q.
Yeah.
So, with the current meta going towards that, I think Moon Queen will maybe get back into style, like seeing it first here at Gold League, you know?
Yeah.
He did receive kind of a nerf, but the strength of the hero, as I said earlier, comes from the fact that she can farm so fast.
Right.
Not the fact that the ulti is that strong. It's mainly the fact that she can push and be a nuisance in lane and suddenly pop up with 500 GPM after fully stacked woods.
Right. And speaking of that ulti, they did change it to a static 275 damage per hit per Moonbeam. I do not remember that at all. When did they do that?
They did it quite recently. Remember when Kronos got hit by the nerf hammer? Yeah. That's the same time that Moon Queen got the 275 damage.
So maybe a
per
month
movie.
ago or something like that. A little bit longer.
Yeah. A little bit longer.
I think that was before the start of HoN Tour, right?
Yeah, definitely. It was before the start of HoN Tour.
So I don't know. I don't play a lot of Moon
before the
Queen anymore.
qualifier. Yeah.
Used to be a hero I played a ton. I played a ton, but I don't play her much anymore. So never really noticed. It's too bad. I loved maxing that Moonbeam and getting a little bit more damage out of it.
3k gold saved up on Moon Queen. Do you think he's going to go for the Shrunken or the
I'd be shocked if it wasn't an immediate
Geometers?
Like,
What would you prefer to see?
I'd like to see the Geometers, but I'd be shocked if it wasn't Shrunken. Because, like, she shouldn't be up in the fights anyway. Actually, the bottom lane, so I'm going to get sunned up by the
Hellborn
Magnus.
destroyed a
Okay, of
Legion
course, right
tower.
after Devour, saving, I think that was an Illusion Silhouette that he saved.
Yeah.
And then in the bottom lane, getting stunned. Okay, ends up saving Moon Queen anyway at the end. Because if they had killed
I think that's well played.
then yeah.
What I'm seeing right now, though, is although the Hellborn were behind just a second ago, with that tower kill, they're back into it.
Yeah.
And that goes to show that even if you're behind on towers, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually behind. Actually, Swiftblade's getting caught.
And he gets the Swift Slashes off, not quite gonna get anything. Oh my god!
He killed Silhouette. Wow.
I mean, he's level 17, so those Swift Slashes go on for a really long time, but still. Those were some lucky bounces, a little bit. And
Anyways,
I guess Silhouette's
yeah,
only at 1200
wow.
health.
What I wanted to say, though, is that if the Hellborn wins a team fight right now, that means that tier 1 tower at middle for Legion is just going to go down, and that's free gold.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're able to they're in the lead now with 1k gold, it'll just make it so much easier if they won one more team fight, because they're going to get more gold than if the Legion win one more team fight, because they have
Speaking of
less
team
towers.
fight, we got initiation right there with Cthulhu but a nice Rhapsody ultimate stopping all that damage. Obviously, Magma's coming in with the eruption. Will get one kill onto the Cthulhu. Moon Queen with Empath inside just barely drops to a nice Death Lotus from Silhouette here. Mega Beaver also dies to Rhapsody as they manage to pick off Devour as well. So there goes LG with the buyback, and still a one team fight for the Legion side.
Very well played by the Rhapsody and the Magmas.
Yeah.
They definitely won that fight. Unfortunate that Moon Queen got hooked. It was a very nice hook, I gotta say, by Mini Beaver. He's really been landing them this game. But it just seemed such a rushed fight for the Hellborn. They wanted to do something, but the entire Legion side was ready.
And they wanted to do something, but they should have killed that Rhapsody first. Like, they really needed to
Yeah.
focus her. Because that Rhapsody ultimate saved a ton of damage, obviously. Yeah, just going into illusion there, and Scylla doesn't care. But actually, up top lane, Still is looking for something onto this Magnus, but Magnus has the portal key away, and he'll be just fine.
What would you like Silhouette to get? I think a Shrunken is a really good pickup.
Shrunken's
but
a
he might
necessity
go
here.
greedy.
I don't see
with
the Eruption and the Moon Queen ultimate, how do you not go Shrunken?
Yeah, I agree with you completely.
Plus the stuns and stuff. Like, that's just... There's no way. It has to be Shrunken. It's 3,600 gold, and it's yeah. There's nothing else. But triple stacked Ancient's being taken here by Moon Queen, and she has a Shrunken as well, so like I said, expected to see the Shrunken head, but I don't know, I'm just not that big a fan of it here. I feel like they've got enough physical damage and enough lockdown that she doesn't need Shrunken all that much. Do you feel like Shrunken's an overrated item? I feel like it is.
My personal opinion about Shrunken is that I hate picking it up because it feels like such a weak item, other than the fact that, you know, it makes you invulnerable to magic for a few seconds. Like, it's very necessary in some games, but I think with the proper positioning, a Shrunken is very often not necessary.
Yeah.
Yet it feels like a safe item, I think, and Devourer getting initiated on by Magnus.
And there goes the wall as well, but he'll be able to walk around it. Essence Link is there, and there's a stun. Staccatos also come in, and Devourer is going to drop here. Not all that tanky, but there's the Shrunkens up from everybody. Wraps the ultimate, saving some damage as well. Probably not quite necessary there, but MQ going to hold her ground. That's not going to end very well. Silhouette is going to pursue. They do actually get the kill there onto Hag, and now Moon Queen is in some trouble. She's going to drop off to the side. Magnus getting stunned up by Torture. They're looking for the jump on Empath. They can't quite find anybody. Swiftblade finally shows up to this fight. It took him a long time. And he will get the kill into Torture. Here comes the Eruption in as well, but Silhouette actually forced to the top, so doesn't care about that Eruption as just an illusion that dies. But yeah, I also saw Empath kill. So, really well played there from LG, effectively using his illusion to participate in two fights at the same time on, you know, like opposite sides of the map. And there you go. That's Hero's powerful.
I really don't understand the Geometer's pickup from the Swiftblade.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a really weak item in this game because even if he picks up a Geometers right now, Silhouette Death Lotus gonna hit every single illusion. They're just gonna get one-shotted, especially also by the Hag and Torture and Devour. There's just too much AoE damage. Yeah. And there's nothing useful to cancel. Like, if he was against the bubbles... Oh, actually, Swiftblade in trouble.
Yeah, and he is shredded up, but there goes the dust. And nice hook again from Mini Beaver. Always hitting those. FJ will fall. So... yeah.
The early aggression was good, but what he's doing right now is just losing them the game, I think.
And in that mid-fight, too, it took him so long to get there. And if he was there earlier, I mean, obviously losing that mid-tier 1 tower didn't help, he couldn't port to it, but he just ran over, and by the time he showed up, the fight was basically over. So he was able to do very little. He picked up the Torture, but who cares? And
what I said earlier about him playing this like it's a pub game, it's very evident the fact that he's just soloing.
Yeah.
He wasn't there in the fight originally, and okay.
Yeah, Rhapsody with Empath inside, trying to get away.
With Empath inside.
They're gonna pop out though. Magnus, yeah, he wants the counter initiation, but he's not quite gonna find it. So the chase from the Hellborn side is pretty far, but obviously they did kill Kongor, so the token is up on still. She can be a little bit more aggressive. Devourer with an Invis rune. And they might look to do something here. This Rhapsody could be in a lot of trouble. Hook! Oh, tries to go for the portal key hook. A little too greedy there. Probably could have just dropped the ultimate on Rhapsody's face and gotten a kill. Instead, wanted to go for fancy play, and it costs him a kill. But yeah, 33 minutes in this game, and things are very, very even. Look at the golden experience lead. 350 for the Legion side, and 1,400 experience for the Hellborn side. I mean...
yeah. I think it's mainly because of the supports on the Izu side, because that's another triple stacked Ancients for Moon Queen, as we were watching the Invis Devo. Like, that is what you need to do when you have a Moon Queen on the team. But their team fights just need to get improved a bit. Shieldbreaker picked up on Silhouette is an item that I do like this game. Because, yeah, although Moon Queen does have, like, he has a bit of armor, but Silhouette is really just there for the burst damage.
Right.
I mean, he could have also gone for the Geometers to have a tankier item, but then he has 2 defensive items.
I
And
actually,
he really,
I really would have liked the Geometers this game. That's gonna eat the Swiftblade ultimate and the Moon Queen ultimate. It's not gonna be very good against the Eruption, but adding more targets for those things to bounce to, especially if you get caught out to the side, and Swiftblade can get ulted here by Devour because he's playing really aggressive. Drops the Geometer Spain, but again, they just die immediately. And that's going to be the kill. Rhapsody here has the Staccatos, but yeah, they're not going to be over. So, 2 picks, and FJ, again, running in here. He's got no vision, and he just jumps on top of the Devourer, who's got 1,200 or 2,000 health. He's a tanky hero. Like, Devourer's tanky, in case you hadn't noticed. So, with the portal key support from the Hellborn side and the blink on Hag, feels like that was a questionable decision.
feels like it. It was most definitely a questionable decision, but he's been doing it the entire game.
Yeah.
At the start, it worked out because he's a Swiftblade, and Spin does a lot more damage when heroes have 700 health than when they have 1,800 health, you know? I mean, Torture still has 700 health, but
Moon Queen gets hooked right out of the teleport and into a Devour ultimate. Torture coming in as well, drops the ulti onto Dev's face, almost getting the kill onto Torture here, and will in fact get the kill on the tower before leaving. Did not use her Shrunken quite yet, but here comes Hag onto the Hellflower, and the Silence completely whips the Bat Blast, but the Portal Key from Devour is enough to get the kill, as Moon Queen unable to pop her Shrunken or any of her spells, thanks to that Hellflower lockdown. So yeah, Hag now as well, a hero we haven't talked about too much. But anyway, middle lane actually, LG gonna get the kill on Empath, so countered here by Magnus, but not too much else he can do, and so just ports out to Illusion. Anyway.
Oopsie. Coming out from side cache by missing the ulti. And here's Swiftblade. They're going on the Silhouette, but he has token. Oh, it's fake. Like, it's very difficult to see sometimes.
Yeah, especially with the Nullstone. That's the thing that gets with me. Because it's a slightly different color, but the Nullstone turns both of them really blue.
Yeah, they're way too blue for me.
Doesn't help. I'm like, that's fine. Anyway, though, we haven't talked too much about this Hag. 380 GPM, has a Hellflower on top of that Shrunken Head, so... I mean, Hellflower for this Legion side is horrible. That's really, really bad for all 5 of those heroes. I love that pickup.
What's interesting to know, by the way, when Swiftblade went on the mole mid just now and got picked off, and Rhapsody also got picked off, he had a DD, right? He had a DD, so he's thinking, okay, I want to go. Yeah, but with that DD, you know what he did? He auto-attacked once with DD, and then he spun.
You can spin and have DD, right? Doesn't that?
No. It goes away. Yep.
I know it goes away when you use the Geometers, but...
That's why you never use Ghost Marchers before spinning.
Right.
Haste also goes away, everything goes away.
And still here, is she going to port out? Yes, she will. Actually dies to the token anyway, so good timing.
Nice play. How? I don't know, but
yeah,
that was a really nice play.
It was interesting. The only thing I can think of is the counterattack from Swiftblade. Maybe she ported out while the projectile was still in the air, and it counterattacked her from
Or it's
afar.
like one of those weird things when Hag blinks, but then dies when she's blinking.
Or something. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen that too, with teleport, and you die, but then you die in the well, essentially. That's very strange.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
But yeah, I agree. The Geometers would be a nice pickup, but I do like the Shield Breaker because of the added aggression. Or the added damage, rather.
And she's got so much initiation potential with the Cthulhu and Devour in the front that she can be a little bit greedier in terms of her damage items. She doesn't have to go quite as defensive. And
especially, all of the Legion side is magic damage, except for Moon Queen and Swiftblade. But to be honest, Silhouette can get away from the Moon Queen quite easily because of the range of Moon Queen.
Yeah.
And the PK and the ulti. And same thing against the Swiftblade. So Geometers would be a nice pickup, but Shrunken already takes care of it. And he's
by all sorts of stuff. Nullstone already got removed, but the Shrunken Head goes off, trying to get away here. That tree grapple did nothing. So gonna burn the ultimate and a Shrunken Head cooldown there, and still end up dying. But a nice pick off there from the Legion side. And again, with the warding, Mega Beaver has one horde near the Ancients, and the Hellborn side have no vision. They have no tier 2 towers except for the one in top. This is going to be a mid push. And ALC's got a buyback. I think he's going to have to use it.
He's going to have to. Otherwise,
Push
they're
back
losing
there.
this way to
On
fight.
to
Nice
Swifty.
hook.
Yep, so there's the
Holy
buyback,
crap.
and Swiftly going to probably fall here. Looking to get the Geometer's Bane off, as well as the Swift Slashes, and the ultimate from Rhapsody immediately cancelled as he dies. But the rest of the Hellborn side is cleaning up here as they kill both Magnus and Swiftblade. Hook from Dev, not going to be quite enough. A nice buyback there from LG, and really, really great initiation from Mini Beaver more than anything else as well.
Yeah, I think Mini Beaver, he's playing a really good Devourer, but he is just suffering because they have a Cthulhu Fund taking a lot of farm, a Hag taking a lot of farm, and a Silhouette taking a lot of farm. I think it's very difficult to judge when you should take farm when you're playing a hero like Devourer who doesn't need that much farm.
Right. And now that he's got his portal key, and
yeah.
once he has a Shrunken, he'll be just fine. Like, there's really nothing else he needs beyond that. Utility items would be nice, but not necessary.
Like, him getting a Shrunken would just mean that Moon Queen is always disabled for 3 seconds every single fight.
Right. Got the initiation there again onto Magnus, who used the buyback. That's going to be an easy kill. MQ dropping the ultimate. Solo taking a lot of damage, but finally pops her Shrunken. Seems like it took a long, long time, but they don't actually get any kills there. Torture off to the side. A beautiful hook back there from Mini Beaver onto the Moon Queen. And that's going to be another kill. Mini Beaver has just been on point with these hooks and his portal keys into it as well. This is going to be, once again, a mid-tower push. Swiftblade is back up in 8 seconds. He did not have a buyback for that fight, so that's why he didn't use it. So we'll see if they can actually do anything here. So they're going to have a health pot, so it looks like they will be able to take a tier 3 tower. Lift Fortification goes off, and I mean, there's no buyback on Magnus, and there's buyback on Moon Queen,
Tower.
so wouldn't be surprised to see that used. But the Geometer's Bane illusions from Swifty dying there, they do see him because of the Word of Rev, but that's immediately countered by the Legion's Word of Rev. And that's going to be a good fight. So they take the tier 3 tower in favor of the Hellborn side. There's the Shrunken Head on Devourer. That's 3 Shrunkens on this Hellborn side. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 4th. There's 2 of them. And nice anti push there from Hellborn side.
And although you'd like to see a Shrunken on Cthulhu, to be honest, because all the other targets are Shrunken, I'd like to see a Barbed Armor. And just to see him soak up all the damage. It would be absolutely amazing to see Magnus and Moon Queen just falling because of themselves. But
Moon Queen more than Magnus, really. I mean, Magnus, he's going to do damage in AoE, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's a good point, actually. And I wonder if that might have been better suited for Devourer, considering he's a little bit tankier. But
with Devourer, it's more the fact that he wants to be able to channel his ulti, because it does do a lot of damage if the target is not Shrunken.
Right. That's a good point.
So, yeah. And as Devourer, you know, decaying when you're Shrunken, it's always fun. You don't take any damage, and you deal ridiculous amounts of damage in AoE. So, yeah.
But I think... So Swiftblade here finally getting the Abyssal Skull. And Sheepstick is on Magnus.
Too little, too late, man.
Yeah.
Too little, too late. Why did you go for a Shroud?
It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, he had such good early farm. Magnus looking at the initiation. Won't find it there, thanks to the Portal Key and Blink. But it's a 2k item, and it does so much for you, not only in the end game, but in the mid game too. Like, it helps you farm a lot with the increased regen, as well as, of course, the lifesteal. Why Shroud? I agree. Like, that seemed like a very strange pickup, and obviously neither of us really agreed with it. But I do want to go back to Shrunken Head for a second, because we were starting to have a discussion about it, and then they were so rude and interrupted us by fighting. But
these guys.
I do feel like it is an overrated item a little bit, just because actually top lane Silhouette gonna get stopped with her teleport. There goes the Geometers, but you know, Moon Queen knows, or Silhouette knows exactly which Moon Queen is real. Clearly, MQ has the Energizer, trying to get away. Gonna be hard to do. There's a portal key. Still not quite gonna catch her, so she will teleport out to her illusion. And nice getaway from MQ there. Did not have to pop her Shrunken Head.
And Devourer's starting on Kongor, yeah. Okay, discussion about Shrunken now that they're Konging, even though a fight is about to come.
Anyway, so, like, the ability of Moon Queen to go Whispering Helm into Symbol of Rage and get to 2.5k health, a lot of the time, I think that means she doesn't need a Shrunken. Just, like, she can literally take all the stuns, eat the damage because she's so tanky naturally, Symbol back up, and win. Anyway, there's the animation here. As they do catch Magnus out, but Rhapsody ultimately going to stop the damage there. And the Bat Blast goes under just the 1. Finally, Mini Beaver dies. The Token also gets killed. Leaf 6 and Cthulhu also going to fall here. Silhouette in some trouble. She's going to get caught out, actually. Tree Grapple up to the ledge. She will be fine. She's trying to counter this. She's getting the kill on the Switchblade as well. And they're turning this around. Hag and Sil by themselves. Finally, the Shrunken Head goes up on the Silhouette. Very, very late. Are they going to get the Moon Queen? Yes, they will. Out comes Empath. There's their death. Really, really great swaps from ALG there.
Massacre.
As they clean it up.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know how they did that.
I have no clue. I think it's partly because Moon Queen started running away. He was scared. And at that point, you're not going to get away with the Moon Queen from a Silhouette and a Hag. So it's either man up or, you know, die. And actually,
I thought Sil was dead. I thought Sil was she just kept looking like, oh, she's dead. She'll die any second now. But the swaps, man, she kept disjointing auto attack and disorienting the opposing heroes with which one was real. So I gotta give a lot of props to ALG there because that was a pretty impressive fight from him. Really, really clearly knows how to play the Silhouette hero and use it to its highest effectiveness. But yeah, that's going to be mid-rack, so they did lose a token, of course, but absolutely worth it as they clean down middle lane. They didn't even need LG for that one. He's at 570 gold per minute. And you look at MQ,
the lead
man.
Is really, the lead is really ridiculous right now. This is another problem, though, with Moon Queen, is that if you don't win the initial fight, it's very difficult to either chase down heroes or, you know, get away from them.
Yeah, I mean, she just doesn't have an escape mechanism. And she's naturally quite fast, but, you know, at this point in the game, so is everybody, and there's 3 portal keys and a blink on the Hellborn side, so having a little bit of extra move speed isn't really going to do a lot for you.
But yeah, on your idea about the Symbol of Rage being picked up on Moon Queen for, you know, great and mighty health and everything, the whole point of the Symbol of Rage is that, you know, that you get the health back that you lost. But let's say you activate the Symbol of Rage and they manage to actually get a sheep stick on you or something. Then your entire Symbol of Rage is wasted.
Yeah.
So the combination of Shrunken Symbol is really strong.
It is.
Of course, you would like to see Symbol first in this game.
Yeah, I mean, like, you look at the dev, he's got the physical ultimate. A lot of their damage at this point is that Silhouette, and that should have been expected. And the other thing you have to consider, I think, is if they're going to use, like, one of the problems I have with Nullstone, or, sorry, not one of the problems. One of the problems I have with Shrunken Head, actually, is also that you look at Nullstone versus Shrunken Head, okay? A Shrunken Head doesn't stop the skill from being used, it stops it from being used on you. In a team fight, if you're Shrunken, that means that your other teammates are going to be the focus of the other team's aggression, and not you, because you're Shrunken. With a Nullstone, it actually puts the spell on cooldown. So a Nullstone is, in some ways, a more team-oriented item. Now, obviously there's a lot of situations where a Shrunken Head is like, well, duh, because I'm the one that needs to live, so screw the rest of you guys, the important thing is that I live. Because I'm doing all the damage, or I'm whatever, I'm the most important hero. So that's fine. But just being generally tanky is the same thing. Like, if Moon Queen is going to sit there at almost 3,000 health, which she would have close to if she picked up a symbol right now, and I assume that's going to be her next item. If Silhouette's just sitting there pounding auto attacks into her, and Hag is using abilities on her, and they're using their CC tools on her, all sorts of lockdown and stuff, like, what are they going to use on Magnus? What are they going to use on Swiftblade? What are they going to use on even Rhapsody, for that matter? If they're going to focus all of their aggression onto that one hero because she's so tanky, and not kill her, or at least take a very, very long time to kill her, that gives the rest of her team an opportunity to do something. So, I feel like Shrunken Head's a very selfish item, and that's fine sometimes, but being generally tanky is much more team-oriented, and I would have preferred to see that in this game, because they have a good team. Like, they've got Magnus, they've got Rhapsody, and they've got Swiftblade, so they don't need Moon Queen to carry the entire load.
On that point, actually, we have a perfect example of when it was really good to pick up a Shrunken and when it wasn't. Because the Silhouette made full use out of that Shrunken.
Yeah.
Because she needed to put in the auto attacks and be a really big threat.
And Moon Queen, though, on to Moon Queen. Rhapsody ultimate is going to go off, but stopped relatively quickly. But again, they're locking this Moon Queen down, and she's dead right off the bat. Swift Slash is going everywhere, but too many targets. Only for you on Magnus also dies. They do manage to kill ALG. but not before he's able to pick off Empath. Rhapsody here going to have to port away, and it looks like Switchblade will be just fine as well. But again, Moon Queen, if she had 3,000 health, maybe she lives there, and she gets the Symbol of Rage up, and she gets the kill. What did Shrunken Head do for her in that fight? Nothing. She didn't even get it off.
Yeah, especially against the Devourer. Do you really want to go with Shrunken?
Right.
Who has a PK already?
They've got Blink on 3 heroes and stuns on 5, as well as a Sheepstick on Wretched Hag. Like,
I'd
you're
say
not going to
Blink
get
on
a Shrunken.
4. I'd say Blink on 4, seeing as it's a Hag.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, they have PK on 4, but yeah, Blink on 4. That's a more accurate thing to say. You're not going to get a Shrunken off. Like, it's just not going to happen. Unless you're already so tanky that you can survive the initial CC, in which case, how much do you need the Shrunken if all their spells are on cooldown? Middle lane, actually, perhaps you get caught here, but...
Yeah.
You don't need the Shrunken if all their spells are on cooldown because you survived them all, so... Yeah.
What would have actually been great to see is just that she... Well, I know it's difficult for him to see what he actually needs because he didn't know how the gold charts were, but Silhouette was constantly above her, and at that point you need to take an aggressive item, or at least a risk, I think.
Yeah.
And an earlier Geometers might have worked, but again, as I said, I don't really like the Geometers in this game because of the a lot of like AoE damage. So then what's left? Is it the Symbol? Like you said,
it would make him the Symbol and the Wingbow.
Symbol Wingbow, that's exactly what I was about to say. Wingbow would have been incredible this game, because Silhouette, the only way he's going to do damage is auto-attack you.
Yep.
So if you dodge at least 30% of them, or 25% as the evasion goes, then you're going to have a much better time than if you're going to get a Shrunken, and you're going to get disabled anyways by the other Devourer, well, the Shrunken Devourer.
And of course,
so, yeah.
Wingbow is a tank item. Like, that evasion is tankiest. It makes you 25% more tanky because you're going to avoid, well, not quite that much, but you're going to avoid those auto attacks. It doesn't stop magic damage, obviously, so not quite 25%. But the point is, if you have 3,000 health because you've got a Symbol, and there goes the Dancing Blade, so it is going to be a Wingbow next item, but I really...
That's also too late. I don't like it. I want the Symbol. He needs to be tankier, and as you said, Wingbow makes you tankier, but not as tanky as a Symbol, of course.
He just needs pure hit points right now. Like, I would go Nullstone over Wingbow at this point. Because you're going to get jumped. And you got to stop something. You got to get something that's going to make you tankier, give you more regen, and let you survive the burst potential, unless Rhapsody gets an absolutely perfect ultimate off and does not get stopped. Speaking of which, she's gone for an ultimate orb. I really hate that. She needs a portal key.
Yeah. With a portal key, she could potentially save Moon Queen, or possibly more, if she can just portal key into the woods where they can't find her. You know? Very effective. But,
I mean, she's clearly going for sheep, but... Yeah. I don't know. I really don't like these item pickups in Legion side. Basher also on Switchblade.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Okay, here it is. If you would classify Moon Queen as a type of carry, what type of a carry? Like, what does he do in team fights? Does he, dodge people constantly, or is he a man-up carry?
No, he's a man-up carry.
Exactly. So, you need him to just go balls to the wall, tanky, completely, or just have enough damage that no one can actually go against him. Because that's what a Whispering Helm is about as well. It's about getting the lifesteal so you can actually just stand there and fight.
Yep. And that's the best thing about Moon Queen, is you get those items up, you pop them, you A-click the ground, and everybody either dies or runs. Like, that's what happens with Moon Queen. That's what's supposed to happen with Moon Queen. But, I don't know. I mean, like, I want to go back to something that you said earlier as well, because you're right, they don't have the gold charts that we do, but they have their own. And they have to know that 380 gold per minute on Moon Queen is not the highest farm in the game. Like, they can't possibly think that's not the case. Silhouette, you're going to get jumped, though. She could be in a lot of trouble. Gets killed right off the bat. All sorts of damage there. Nice Rhapsody ultimate. Immediately stopped by Devourer, though. But here's all the illusions there from the Legion side. It doesn't seem like it's mattering all that much. Moon Queen ultimate is going off. Looks like Torture finally will fall. Took him a long time, but Hag, the only survivor from the Hellborn side. Meanwhile, the Legion side keep up both MQ and Swiftblade. They're two most important heroes, and that's a really good fight. The guys on Izu, obviously getting that jump onto Silhouette before she could get anything off was highly critical. And
that was impressive.
Yeah.
That was being behind by that much, and
Yeah.
then being able to get a fight like that out of it, oh my god, you have got to be ecstatic right now.
I mean, it's not really going to be enough. They have to do it a couple more times.
No, they have to do it a couple more times and possibly take racks for themselves. But yeah, I mean, Silhouette just got completely demolished so fast, and that's why you wanted the Geos, I guess, right?
I guess,
Nope.
but again, though, you look at the Geos too, and you get like a wing bow on Silhouette. So, how much is Geos doing for you, really? Because all those illusions are missing now too.
Yeah. I think she should
The
either
Hellborn
replace
has
the
destroyed a Legion
Shield
tower.
Breaker with a Savage or with a Frost Wolf Skull at this point. Just go ultimate tank build
Yeah,
with the slowing. With the slow.
yeah.
But probably Savage would be better, seeing as, you know, Swiftblade might eventually go for a Wing Bow as well. So you're going to need a
I
Savage
honestly
to
wonder-
hit.
Do you even want Portal Key at this point?
I want a Genjuro instead of Portal
Yeah,
Key. if
that'd
any.
work. I feel like at this point, Portal Key isn't doing all that much for her. We're really past the stage where she's going to be roaming around and picking people off. This is much more keep your farm up, keep your buybacks up. Or actually, she doesn't even have any buybacks, so not even that. But this is much more team fight oriented stuff where she's got 3 initiators really, and she doesn't need that Portal Key in the front. Speaking of which, there's the jump and there's the Portal Key. Drunken Head goes off. Swiftblade gonna die right off the bat. There's the Sheep Stick on Tulip in the middle, but he's so damn tanky. He gets the Frost Shield. He finally does die, but Shrunken Headed Devo is up onto a couple. Rhapsody ultimate not doing too much because Magnus runs away from it, and he will fall as well. So our Silhouette here trying to run away from Moon Queen, and she's going to be okay, but MQ is still well alive with Empath inside, speaking of, but there's a chain reaction stun. Swiftblade coming back in with the buyback. They get a couple of kills here. LG looking for something. That was a bad decision. He comes back in. And another one fight there for the Legion side. They force out a buyback onto Leaf as well as... Yeah. But Swiftblade here could be in some trouble. There's the Sheep Stick on top of the Hellflower, and just so much damage here. Pops the Geos, and he gets away. Nope. Dust of Revelation goes off. Looks like he's
running.
He's running. Not sure if it's gonna matter.
He's
There's
running.
a spin.
Oh, he's running.
Blink up in 1 second though. Push book forward.
Oh, nice
Hag. Hag. That might have been bad. Nope, he's gonna go up and Shrunken, and we'll be okay here. Trying to turn this on to Rhapsody actually, and yeah, that's gonna be bad for Rap. As looks like Side Cash will pick up the last hit there finally, but
Nemesis.
so. I didn't get her intentioned or initial target, but hey, it works. And pause going up. Of course, we'll just skip straight through it.
Time for some tactics, I think, from the Hellborn, because
Yeah.
they realize that they're
Right.
being beaten in fights, right? It's Hellborn. No, it's Legion, actually, sorry.
Either
I
way.
mean, Swiftblade is quite effective with that basher, but I think he
Is
needs
that-
to get a...
Does that proc with the ultimate? I don't actually know.
I think so. Because it's not the slashes that would proc it, but
Right.
the
auto
auto
attacks
attacks.
in between.
Yeah.
So
That's why he can also crit during his ultimate.
yeah. Well, that should totally work. Again, on the hero that I don't play too much, so.
The hero, I have mixed feelings about the hero, because he can be really strong, but you can also see a Swiftblade player who is just absolutely useless because he uses his spin to get away, and yeah, you know,
Yeah. I know. I
gets a
think
shroud and then
he's-
gets picked off in fights constantly.
That's not the hero's fault, though. That's the
No.
player, really.
But a lot of players like shroud on Swiftblade.
Yeah, they do, and I don't really get it either. Like, I mean, if he's going a hard carry, I like the cleave, and if you're not going the hard carry, get something more
Abyssal
initiative.
Dawnbringer.
Yeah,
I just say this every single time. Abyssal Dawnbringer.
Portal Key.
Portal Key,
Portal
yeah.
Key Swiftblade is legit.
It's gonna happen. Sync Esports. Keizu.
They're gonna do it.
I being used, they're gonna spot out that
Yep.
ward by sickening.
There's a DD rune on bottom as well, so wouldn't be surprised to see LG pick that up.
And I really wonder what he's gonna replace now.
Who, Silk?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's gotta be the Portal Key, right? Like, maybe the Nullstone? I feel like she
The
needs
Nullstone
that.
is too valuable.
I know. But
Kongor has been
they
slain.
have so much CC on the Legion
Nullstone.
side and so many ways to take the Nullstone off. I feel like it's not actually doing that much for her. If she gets jumped, by 3 heroes or something like that, she's dead with or without a nullstone. So
Well, she got rid of it now.
yeah. And it will be the nullstone
What
gone in
she's-
favor of the token. I would have probably dropped the portal key personally, but hey.
Yeah, nullstone still gives that nice 190 health plus 110 mana and
Yeah.
other things.
So
It does give you
ALG
time to react with the Shrunken. If you see that your nullstone is taken off, you can immediately Shrunken.
Yeah.
And Symbol being picked up now by Moon Queen.
Took her
Ultimate
long
man
enough.
up hero. Yeah, it took her long enough, god. But what else do you think she should get now?
So, let's see.
Can she really get a
Savage?
Savage?
It's got to be like that's the item she has to get with the Moon Queen or with the Wingbow on Silhouette. It's got to be the Savage Mace.
But can do
And
your
speaking
attacks
of
bounce?
which,
Savage
Syl.
being picked up
Yeah.
instead of the Shield Breaker. I didn't say that. Okay, well, the
2K.
Halberd is playing really cautiously.
Yeah. Yeah, 3k effective HP now on, or more really, on that Moon Queen of course. And look at the illusions.
Gajiro now on Swiftblade, by the way.
Yeah, I did see the Dance Blade as well. I thought that was me a Wingbow because I was being dumb, but of course it will be the Genjiro on top of the Assassin Shroud. So doubling down on the invis, there's an eye on the Hellborn side. Just saying.
It does give nice stats.
It does.
And you could potentially, when you have the gold for it, take it apart and get the Wingbow out of it anyways.
That's true.
But does he still have any buybacks left? No, he does not.
Nope.
Okay. That would
LG
be a
also
reason
bought
why he's
buybacks.
just going.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Legion side pick up the Syl, if the Hellborn side pick up the Swiftblade, that could be game.
Yeah. Or the Moon Queen. Moon
Yeah.
Queen is more a force to be reckoned with, I think. Because he's just so easy to defend with.
She has a
'Cause
token,
with-
of course, but no money for it, so.
Yeah.
There goes the eruption off to the side, gonna be the initiation there from Magmus, but where's the rest of the team? Nowhere. Magmus is completely by himself, and he's going to die.
The Legion have destroyed
Because
He's trying to delay
they're
them
counter push
because
in the middle lane.
Hellborn have
Okay.
destroyed a Legion
Are we gonna see a base race here?
Hellborn barracks has
Yeah,
been
and the ports are coming back from the
destroyed.
Hellborn
wants to
side
do it.
because they know exactly
Legion
how bad
barracks
this
has
is.
been
But
destroyed.
they're not gonna do anything here. And it looks like Swiftblade will be able to get away.
A
No, he,
Legion barracks
did
has
he
been
cancel the port?
destroyed.
He must have, because that
Hook.
wouldn't have been
Or
stopped.
no, eat.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Devour ultimate?
Nom nom.
Yeah. Well, the bound die there on Cthulhu means that your Genjiro is not very helpful there, buddy. So they kill
Yeah,
Swiftblade, and that could be game. I think it is.
Yeah, with that death on both Magmus and Swiftblade, like, it wasn't even necessary for Magmus to delay them. All he needed to do was cancel a potential port from any
Yeah.
one of the heroes.
Yeah.
That would have been so much more effective than that, I guess, paltry attempt of an ulti he made there.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Moon Queen and Silhouette, if they had to run, or sorry, Moon Queen and Swiftblade, if they had to run all the way back, I don't think that would have been a shrine kill, but it would have been close. Like, they would have had to commit everybody, and they couldn't have pressured space anymore. It would have basically been... Yeah, and this, look at this tier 3 tower just get crushed here. Sidecast can jump in with the Sheepstick onto Magmus. Also pops the Shrunken Head, takes a lot of damage there from the Moon Queen, though, of course. And there's Yes's Link as well onto Cthulhu, gets pushed booked out. Sheepstick as well onto Silhouette. And Hellborn Side are just going to kill these racks, like they don't even care. 20 more seconds on Swiftblade before he resurrects, obviously has no buyback. And Syl just with the Shrunken Head. There goes the eruption from Magmus, but Syl again with the Shrunken Head, doesn't matter. Finally Devour ultimate Shrunken gets popped, and he's looking for somebody to eat. But they're going to go for the racks, and there goes the token on Silhouette. We'll see if she can get out of this. Yes, she gets pushed booked away. Should be okay. Nope, Sheepstick
Nice
onto her.
Sheepstick.
And there's a 2-man Lava Church stun, so still going to be in some trouble. Moon Queen ultimate going out as well, but they're going to get the kill onto Magmus. And Rhapsody ultimate not doing really too much at all. There goes Silhouette with the portal key and the teleport on out. Torture actually going to get caught out as well, but mega creeps now. And yeah, like I said, that kill on Swiftblade, that was the game.
Yep. I think they could have made a better attempt at defending. Moon Queen didn't even use the Symbol of Rage. So, well, when you have
mean-
a symbol and you don't man up, I mean, come on. Right?
Yeah, that's the whole point of that item. But Hellborn weren't really focused on killing the heroes, though. They were really just like, let's kill the racks and win the game, because they knew pretty much if they get mega creeps, this is over.
But although you didn't like the Blessed Orb on Rhapsody, he did end up finishing the Sheepstick, and I think that makes quite a big deal. That's quite a big deal.
Yeah.
He did manage to lock down the silhouette for a bit there. So,
Shrunken Head's being rebought here, but yeah, it's like Silhouette's got a Shrunken, and so does Hag, and so does Dev.
but
So-
Barbed finished on Cthulhu front
Yeah.
and a Basher.
That was a good call. Basher on Cthulhu.
I don't know
Why?
about that one, but it seems kind of like a joke pickup. I mean, he's out of buybacks. Why not, right?
So Empath trying to defend the base here, but we have post-haste in from Silhouette, and she's just like, hello, dead towers.
Oh, this is bad manner.
Yeah,
I don't like
and
this.
mid lane, meanwhile, Moon Queen's getting caught out, has the Geometer's Bane, trying to do something, but there's nothing there. And they do get the port back from Swipblade and from Magnus, and Silhouette will be chased away. But Empath here trying her best to defend. Is she gonna die?
Almost.
Oh god.
Ah.
No.
She might still die.
I know,
The
she
auto
might die in
attacks.
the well. Can she die in the well?
The Hellborn
Yeah.
destroyed a Legion tower.
She's trying to live.
She's living, but
Yeah, she's okay.
Instead, the world tree
Yeah.
is going down.
So, the
And
Shrine
Mega
gonna
Pig
die
will
here
call
in
it
a second. GG's are
Oh
being
wait,
called.
the ulti being used by Magnus. The GGs already came out, but I have the feeling.
Well,
that's
they
where this is going.
killed the creeps here.
Yeah. Rift shards being finished on Moon Queen,
Sure, why not?
but it doesn't bounce the crit, unfortunately. I think they should fix that. Oh, that's
Syl is just like, alright, I'm gonna shrunk and kill your shrine. Devour right here as well. Yeah, and there it is. So,
Hellborn wins.
really, actually, a very good game ended up being about 65 minutes, and very, very even for a lot of it. A lot of action, so nice game won. Well done to both sides, but final thoughts here on this game, Shuriken.
Okay, well, basically, we were discussing item choice a lot during the game, and
We were.
when it was very even, when Silhouette was not beating Moon Queen by that much, I think it was 410 GPM to 380 GPM, Moon Queen could have easily gotten back, because Moon Queen should farm faster than a Silhouette. I mean, I'm not saying Silhouette doesn't farm fast, but with all the stacks being made for her, I think it was kind of like, she underperformed, because when you have that much farm for you to take, it's very possible to just absolutely skyrocket at that point. Because with the stacked woods, I think you should reach at least 500 GPM.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's my thoughts.
no doubt that Empath was making it a focus for her to, farm those, or stack up those camps, and in the end, MQ at 457 gold per minute really just didn't do all that well, even Hag outfarming her, so I agree. I think it did ultimately come down to the item choice, though, and some questionable decisions as well by that Swipblade, especially in the mid-game. Beating himself several times, it felt like, so we'll see what you got for us in Game 2, FJ, but we'll be back in a few minutes.